It's me, Nigel Seeley from Premier Sports Plays. I'm back again. First couple of weeks haven't been so good on my picks on the Premier League, but this week I'm going to get some winners. I feel confident I'm going to cash some tickets. That sign there says, Dad, keep cashing those tickets, and that's what I do. And let's start in the Premier League in the early game, 12:30 in UK time. Manchester City against West Ham. Manchester City are going to be the champions of England. The title is over. They are going clearer and clearer at the top of the table. West Ham are doing well at the moment, but can they pull a shock off here? Not for me. 12-1 you can get for West Ham to win this game. I am not betting that at all. Manchester City just doing everything well in domestic and in European. And the one thing they're doing is not conceding goals. 25 clean sheets they've kept this season. That's shutouts. And I can't see West Ham scoring against Manchester City. If you want to bet Man City to win this game, -$5 is what you will get, which to me is a little bit too short. But Manchester City to win to nil, i.e. Manchester City to win the game and West Ham not to score, you can get it even money. And that is a nice bet to start another Premier League slate. Next game, West Brom against Brighton at the bottom of the table. Brighton are a team in the Premier League that always get bet, whatever they play. They have more shots on target than most teams, but they never score. Last time out, they played Crystal Palace. They had 26 shots on target, but still lost 2-1. So they need a striker. West Brom come at home and they need the win. The one thing West Brom do is they always concede goals. But at the odds, Brighton even money, minus money with some bookmakers. West Brom 3-1. I've got to have a bit of West Brom at 3-1. But our best bet for me is West Brom plus a half, which means we cash if it's a draw or West Brom win. I can't have Brighton at minus money. 5:30 UK time is a big game. Leeds against Aston Villa. Probably the most entertaining game on the slate this weekend in the Premier League. The one thing I do think here is goals. Leeds are so inconsistent. They score goals, they let in goals. Aston Villa, the big problem with Aston Villa is will Jack Grealish play? He's their talisman. He's the man that makes them tick. If he plays, they've got a chance. Without him, they've got no chance whatsoever. But I'm going to sit on the fence in this one. I'm going to go for goals. Both teams to score is a yes, and over 2.5 goals for me. The final game on Saturday is Newcastle against Wolves up at St James's Park. Both sides struggling for goals, struggling for form. Newcastle without their top goal scorer, Callum Wilson, and heavy defeats in the last two games. Wolves slightly getting better on the form, but this is going to be a bore fest. I don't want to be watching this game. I'd rather be painting a wall or I'd rather be doing some DIY. One bet for me here is Wolves draw more games in the first half than any other side in the Premier League division. If you want to have a bet on the tie to be the first half, the end in a tie, I think this is the game to do it. It's going to be a very cagey first half. I wouldn't like to say where the game is going to end up after that, but the first half, I think it's going to be a close one and a tie first half. Moving on to Sunday, it's a London derby at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace host Fulham, and Fulham are on fire. They've given themselves a realistic chance of Premier League survival, a great run of form, and the one thing they're doing is not conceding goals. Crystal Palace did beat Brighton 2-1 in their last game, but how they did it, I have no idea. 2 shots on target, 2 goals, 26 on target from the other side, and no goal and 1 goal scored. I think Fulham will win this. Fulham have to win this to have any chance of Premier League survival. And at plus money, I'm tempted by Fulham in what I believe will be a low-scoring game. Leicester v Arsenal, a very interesting game on Sunday. Both sides coming here in completely different form and on highs. Leicester in domestic, absolutely flying. Arsenal in the Premier League, not so good. European football, Arsenal on cloud 9 after their heroic comeback win against Benfica in the Europa League. Leicester were dumped out of the Europa League at home. Both sides will make changes. I don't think there's going to be much between these two sides. And I think the draw here represents a decent bet at plus 250. My best bet in the Premier League comes at the Tottenham Stadium, where Tottenham host Burnley. And I see Tottenham winning this rather convincingly. Jose Mourinho has to get a performance out of his Tottenham side, and I think they will. Burnley, whenever they go to Tottenham, they always get beat. The last time they won here was back in 1983, when Men at Work were number 1 with Down Under. I think this is going to be a very one-sided victory. The other reason I like it is Gareth Bale will start for Tottenham in this game. They'll make a very rare start of the front three Bale, Son and Kane. And that spells trouble for Burnley. Last season, Burnley went here and were beat 5-0. And I don't think they'll be beat that much. But I do think Tottenham -1 goal at even money is the best bet on the Premier League slate this weekend. Chelsea v Manchester United at the top of the table. Two sides fighting for a spot in the Champions League next season. Hardly anything between the two sides. Manchester United coming here on some good form, but disappointed with the reserve side in the Europa League. Chelsea produced their best win of the season against Atletico Madrid to give them a big advantage in the Champions League. And I think both sides come here looking not to lose. Thomas Tuchel, the Chelsea manager, is very defensively organised. And I see this game being very close. Under 2.5 goals at -110 is a great bet. And I think 0-0 or no goal scorer at 9-1 represents a small bit of value in what I think will be a very, very close affair between two very evenly matched sides. Sheffield United against Liverpool. Liverpool 2 months ago would be -$3 to win this game. They're not that anymore. You can get -2. I think Liverpool are worth taking on. They've got severe problems, massive problems, injury-wise. We're not quite sure whether the goalkeeper will play. I think that Sheffield United here will go out there and fight. A lot of teams at the bottom of the Premier League give up. Sheffield United will not give up. The manager will not allow them to give up until they're mathematically certain that they will get relegated. I give them a chance. I do not believe that Liverpool can beat anybody by more than 2 or 3 goals the way they're playing at the moment. So I think Sheffield United plus 1.5 goals here at -110 is a decent play. The final match is on Monday night in the Premier League this weekend, and it's Everton who host Southampton. Southampton, for me, are a side to oppose at all costs in the Premier League. They've got one eye and one eye only on the FA Cup, and that is their only hope of anything this season. Everton still hold hopes of Champions League football, and a win here will put them right in the mix. And I think at +120, Everton represent a decent bet. My best bet this weekend in the Premier League is Tottenham -1 against Burnley. My strong leans are Everton at +120 and under 2.5 goals. Chelsea Man United at -110. And I also like Manchester City to win to 0 against West Ham at even money. If you want to follow me, you can do on Twitter at Seeley_Nigel, or follow my website, premiersportsplays.com. Good luck and let's cash some tickets.